everybody, welcome back. It's been a while, but I am back now from my holiday. I went to Kenya, and whilst I was there, Southampton played against Leicester. However, I didn't film because upload speeds in Kenya are pretty bad when you're an Englishman and you can't afford to get a phone contract out there. But I'm back. I'm sorry, I've kind of ruined my streak of getting every single Premier League game the Saints have had this season. But in case you missed that one, it was a 2-1 victory to Saints away at the King Power, so that was a pretty mad one. And so, as you can tell by the title, you can see why I'm smiling right now, because it's another 2-1 victory, and it is for Southampton again, this time at home, another home win. This is brilliant. We've had 2 now, 3 games unbeaten. I'm absolutely loving life at the moment. We drew at Chelsea, then we won at Leicester, and now we've won at home as well. So things are looking up for Southampton. Ralph Hasenhüttl is doing an amazing job. But yeah, I like to give my opinions on these games and talk about what my favourite bits were, players and things I've highlighted from the game, and just see how things ran. It's obviously a lot better to do when I'm in a good mood. Pre-Hasenhüttl, I didn't have anything good to say about the team really. It was just, there's a team there. The only game I loved was the Crystal Palace game, but I mean, that was ages ago, so obviously in the last few weeks or so I've had a lot more to cheer about and a lot more to smile about. But yeah, in case you missed it, Southampton beat Everton 2-1 at St Mary's today. We had 2 goals, ward-prowse, and there was a Luca Digne own goal, which I really wanted Redmond to have until I saw the replays. I really thought it was Redmond's goal. I have no idea how it went in. Bit of a mad one. I feel bad for Dean because there is not anything else he could do. I thought Redmond could have done better with the ball, honestly. And then Sigurdsson scored in added time for Everton. But it's another 3 points, and that's more points. We're going up in the table. We're now 15th. We're joint with Crystal Palace and Burnley on 22 points, which is kind of annoying because I'd love to see us above Crystal Palace or Burnley. I don't know what the Crystal Palace score actually was. Did they beat Liverpool just now? No, Liverpool beat them 4-3. Fucking hell, what a game! There's been a couple of banging games today. The Wolves game earlier looked pretty sick. The 4-3 there. But anyway, yeah, Saints are now in 15th place, which is amazing, and our goal difference is looking really good as well, just -15. We've been able to hold on to keep our defence strong for the last couple of games, despite a load of injuries. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to go over quickly the bad bits from the game, the very few things I pointed out from the game, whether that be performance-wise or official-wise or just bad luck. So there were only a couple of things I pulled out. The first one is that we didn't keep a clean sheet. I'm never going to expect Southampton to keep a clean sheet, but when we're 2-0 up, I mean, I guess I can't really comment on being 2-0 up because we've been 2-0 up against Derby twice in cup games, and they've gone on to equalise to 2-2, and then the second one they won on penalties. But when you're 2-0 up and you look so in control, it's such a shame to concede in the 91st minute, and I felt really bad for Saints for that. So I don't really have any comment to say. It was just a shame to see us concede because we would have loved a clean sheet, and it would have been amazing to actually keep that. And I felt bad for McCarthy because I thought he had a really good but quiet game. The goal itself, Sigurdsson, I mean, we had flooded the box and we threw as much as we could to it. ward-prowse could have done a better clearing header, but yeah, Sigurdsson just scored, and it was a very good goal. It was very controlled, very calm, and fair enough. If that was earlier in the game, they might have put more momentum on, because they did in the last 7 minutes of added time we had. That's the second thing. Refereeing this game, I'm not too sure on. So first of all is the additional time. There were 4 minutes added time. Shane Long had a cut on the head for probably 1.5 minutes of that. So I have no idea where the other 1.5 minutes of that time has gone. Like, the Saints fans had the ball for maybe 30 seconds. That's a whole minute where Everton could have scored. That I have no idea where it came from, and I was really pissed off. And I know everyone in the stadium was too, because it's just a Southampton thing. You can see them losing the lead there in the 97th minute, and it's happened to us before with additional time. In fact, it happened against Everton at Goodison Park last season when we were winning. And that could have saved us from relegation. Obviously, we didn't get relegated, but that moment could have saved us. This time round, nothing came from it, fortuitously. but it was still horrible to watch. Like, in terms of other decisions by the referee, I felt like he really let a lot go today, and there were players who could have been booked multiple times. Like, I don't want to point fingers at certain players, but I feel like there were a number of players who put too much into challenges, and like I felt Redmond was stupid to get a yellow card on our side. I can see why he got a yellow card, but I could see Gay getting more than the yellow. I thought that Gay did some bad challenges earlier on in the game, and from them he deserved a yellow card, and then he gets a yellow card in the second half. And then does a couple more bad challenges. I thought that Gay could have possibly been sent off. Shane Long got a yellow card for kicking the ball away. Again, that's just stupid. But there were definitely a lot of harsh challenges, particularly by Everton players in frustration. I'm not going to say that they were really, really bad, but I'm going to say that they definitely deserved yellow cards. And also a few fouls that got put around by the referee, and challenges that got ignored that were pretty terrible. As well as Shane Long having a head injury down on the floor, and he let play continue for like another 2 minutes before. When it's a head injury, you meant to stop the game, so I got annoyed at that. Anyway, I've been ranting too long about the bad bits of this game. Matt Targett got injured. I'm really annoyed by, because he started the game really well, and I was really impressed by Targett today. Oh well. Anyway, I'm going to go through basically if I look at all the players in the lineup that's on my screen, I can comment on their performance. First of all, Alex McCarthy. Did as well as anyone would do in a relatively quiet game. He got a couple of good punches out and catches. He made some good decisions today. He didn't need to make any big saves, but decision-wise, I think he did really well. His deliveries have looked better. His distribution, which has been a massive talking point, and why we've seen Gunn come in for a couple of games, is pretty much because of McCarthy's distribution. But it looked a lot better today. We just don't have that many tall players, so I guess playing route one or playing into the wings is kind of difficult from a goalkeeper's perspective, but it looked better today anyway. He was playing it more centrally, and I liked that. Bednarek, I mean, what can I say? Bednarek is definitely one of my favourite Southampton players at the moment. He's been fantastic. He's looked strong and pretty much invincible in every single bit of play he does. So there's nothing more I can say about Bednarek. He's just really, really good, and people have been highlighting this, not just me, like the pundits and proper footballing people, not me, and everyone says that Bednarek's looking fantastic, and I really hope his form continues. I was worried he was going to get injured earlier. He was holding his shoulder. I hope that is okay and that he can continue playing. We have Stevens, who I thought had a brilliant game. We saw a kind of a flashback to the old Stevens, where he was so confident defensively and then just kept pushing forward. There was one moment late in the second half where he made a fantastic run right from our penalty box all the way up to theirs. And if he'd just played in Redmond, I think it was Redmond, it might have been Long, earlier on, then we could have been through for a third goal. But like that doesn't matter in the end of the day because we won. But he had a brilliant game. Vestergaard, I didn't really pay much attention to Vestergaard, but he seemed to be playing really well on the floor today, which was interesting because he's obviously the biggest player in the Premier League. He's what, 6'6", and aerially he was great. When Tosin came on, he kind of struggled a little bit because Tosin's a lot more like physical. So he struggled a bit then, but in terms of playing on the ground, I was really impressed. Him chasing balls and knocking balls out from close range, and he did a really good job. Valerie came back into the squad from his suspension, and again, what a guy! He came in and immediately looked so much more disciplined, and I'm really proud of him for that because he could have come in and made stupid mistakes, but every single opportunity there was for him to dive into a challenge and put a little bit too much into a challenge, he really stayed on his feet and he didn't go in at all. Defensively, he looked as good as he possibly could be. I mean, he's only, I think he's about to turn 20. So I think Valerie had a brilliant game as well. Ward-Prowse, brilliant. I'm so proud that he's finding his form again, and it's because he's actually getting played. I guess in the last few seasons he's been out quite a lot of the squad, and so his form hasn't been good when he has come in, but now he's been playing for a couple of games. I think that the manager really likes his style of play, and he looked brilliant, and I'm so glad he got that first goal, and what a goal that was. I literally stood up and screamed when I saw that go in. Sailed in. I can't wait for them to talk about that on Match of the Day. I bet that Match of the Day is just going to be them ripping Everton to shreds rather than praising Southampton, because that's all they ever do. Anyway, Ward-Prowse had a brilliant game. Romeu had a great game as well. He seemed to be a bit rough and gave away a few fouls, but that's Romeu, isn't it? But defensively, he never came forward. He just sat there in front of our defenders and always made like a good position to pass to and play out from the back, and he looked brilliant. Glad to see his form's returning. Højbjerg, another brilliant game back from a long suspension. We've missed him, and it's brilliant seeing him play because he can just run and run and run. So much power where he goes. You see him just coming up and in front of Ings and Redmond, sometimes just chasing the ball, and it's really good to see because he got so much energy. I'm glad he's back. He's our captain, and he is a talisman of the effort we need to be putting in. And he did a brilliant job. No like key passes today, but I'm sure they're going to be coming. Like I say, Target went off quite early in the 35th minute with an injury, but before then I think Target looked really solid, and that's another thing that I haven't been able to say much this season. He looked really confident and sensible with his play, playing some good little passes down the left channel. Cedric came on for him when he was injured, and I was very surprised. Cedric played well on the left-hand side today. Obviously, like he can't get balls into the box, which is the issue, but defensively, Cedric looked really solid. He was playing against some pretty tall players. I think Richarlison came over onto the right-hand side, so he actually played a really good game, Cedric, and I was proud of him. I don't know what's going to happen because he is a right back at heart, so I don't know whether we're going to get rid of one of our right backs because we've got Ramsey, we've got Valerie, we've got Cedric. But we need a replacement, a proper left back for Target because we like playing proper crosses into the box, and we're always going to see Cedric cutting back. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But for now, Cedric is a good little substitute to have. He put a lot of effort in today, and I'm impressed with him. He didn't look too arrogant either. Redmond, as much as I can say every single week, Redmond is brilliant, and his effort was fantastic this game. It was really unfortunate not to get that goal. But it was his run that made it possible. He made loads of runs in behind the defenders, especially in the latter half of the game. He couldn't really keep himself onside though, and I was really annoyed by that because we had multiple opportunities for him to just watch his run, keep his head up, but he always had it down, just trying to power through, and he never quite watched the line. Actually, Keane, in particular, played that really well. He was able to tell that Redmond wasn't properly looking at the line and kept stepping in. But still, it would be nice to see Redmond time his runs better because he can do it, and he's got the pace and the quality to be able to do that easily. Armstrong came on for the last 11 minutes because of added time, and he looked great. He was holding the ball up right in the corners and getting fouls. He looked really good. And it's a shame because you got Redmond, but I really want to see Armstrong playing more because I really like him. He's not quite as fast or as dynamic as Redmond, but he's close, and they're quite similar players. So it'd be cool to have two of them on the pitch. I don't know. Would that work? Who knows? And we had Danny Ings, who stayed on for a lot longer than he normally does. He stayed on till the 75th minute or 74th minute, and played really well. Obviously, no goal. He had a couple of really good chances. There was one in the first half in particular where I just remembered that Redmond hit the post in the first half. We'll skip over that because that was as best as he possibly could have done from the position he was in. Really, really tight angle left foot curling away from Pickford, hit the post. But Ings also kind of hit the post, I guess. It might have been the defender who hit it against there eventually. I don't know who it was though, Dean or Andre Gomez. Hit the post. But if he just pulled the trigger a little bit earlier, it was so close to the goal. If he just puts power into that, then there's no way Pickford's getting to it. But it's a shame to see him miss the mark in terms of coming back from injury and not getting an assist or a goal, but I'm sure Danny Ings will be back sooner rather than later with a good goal or just good general form. And Long came on for him and got injured, but he looked good as well. Long always comes on as a sub and just provides all of the energy you possibly need, and he did it again today. There's not really much I can say. He kind of got neglected by the referee when he got a head injury. Referee didn't catch him up on it and just let play carry on, and got blood gushing from his head. He's understandably going to be angry. I was quite surprised because I feel like you can book players for being really dissensive, is that a word, or like angry to the referee. And Long looked very angry, but I guess it was justified that the referee should have stopped the play because of his bleeding head. But oh well, you can't really do anything about it now. But I'm sure that was only a little graze. He'll be all right to carry on. But like I say, this game moves us up to 15th with 4 points clear of relegation. Everton are now in 11th, so we're actually catching up with Everton, which is kind of weird. Everton have 30 points, so if we win 2 games and draw 2 games, or win 3 games and they lose all of their games, then we've caught up with Everton. But the table's looking good. I'm really hoping we can get another win under our belt, but everyone else seems to be performing relatively well who's below us. So we just need someone to slip up or play against someone. I don't know what our fixtures are, like now, but if we're playing against teams in similar positions to us, then maybe we can just hope to nab the points. We're playing against Crystal Palace. That might be a good game because they're joint with us on points and only above us on goal difference. I don't know how. I thought our goal difference was better than Crystal Palace, but yeah, that's on Wednesday. It's really not too long, and that's at home as well. So you never know. We beat them away, so maybe we'll beat them at home. They seem to be playing well though today. I need to watch match of the day, see what the highlights were against Liverpool, because obviously scoring 3 goals against Liverpool is no mean feat. Then we've got Burnley. That's another good game, and Cardiff, and then Arsenal. Crap. This is going to be... We've got 3 games now that we can really capitalise on. We've got Crystal Palace, Burnley away, and Cardiff at home. So you never know. We might be able to see something magical happen here, but I don't want to jinx anything. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. That was my opinions on today's game. If you want to give me your opinions, let me know in the comments down below. Like if you enjoyed mine. Don't dislike. I like this kind of video and it keeps me going. I'm happy to be back, and I will be doing this for every single Southampton Premier League game. If you want to see those, make sure to subscribe. Put the bell on if you want to know when these videos go up, because I don't really upload anything else on this channel. But I'll see you guys on Wednesday night for a review of the Southampton Crystal Palace game. So, until then, bye.